Hi, y'all. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. I have a word that's going to bless you in this hour. Take this word back to the Lord in prayer. Ask God what this word means to you and how can this word be a blessing to you. So, Holy Spirit, I invite you in, God, to speak for me. Let this word reach and minister to your children. So, the kids and I, we went to the park and had lunch. We noticed that when we got there, that there was a sign that says, do not feed the ducks. And then it explains to you why you don't feed the ducks, okay? Because it causes the ducks to have diarrhea. It makes the ducks lazy to where they don't want to go and get their own food. And it also makes the ducks lazy to where they don't want to migrate when it's time for them to migrate. So we noticed that firsthand, that the sign said, do not feed the ducks. So as we made our way to the picnic table to go sit down and have our lunch, we noticed that there is, duck poop everywhere. Clearly somebody did not pay attention to the sign. So as we sat down and began to eat our food and we looked down at our feet, lo and behold, the ducks are quacking and they want us to feed them. So we all shooed the ducks away and we said, we're not going to feed you. Nope, it's going to make you sick. No, 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 no. So in the midst of our persistence of shooing the ducks away and trying to, enjoy our lunch, the ducks were persistent. They didn't want to, we knew what the sign said, okay? We didn't want to cause a hindrance to the ducks. And we saw the evidence that it was evident that, okay, the ducks had diarrhea after they consumed the food that was fed by other people. Now, the other people didn't listen. Well, they didn't take heed to the warnings and the signs. And so we were the ones that had to walk up on all the diarrhea. The ducks kept quacking. They kept showing up and they just wouldn't let up. But we meant business. And eventually, when the ducks saw that we were not going to feed them, they went and got their own food. As I began to sit and eat, the Holy Spirit starts to feed. I said, feed me. The Holy Spirit starts to fill me up and just pour into my spirit. So I'm listening because you got to pay attention, because I knew from the moment when we went there, the sign just stood out and the kids read the sign to me and they were like astonished. They were amazed to, wow, mommy, we really cannot feed these ducks. It's making them sick. And I told the kids, yeah, we gotta stick to our guns on this, y'all. I don't care how them ducks look sad, come quacking. Look at all this poop. It's giving them diarrhea. So we cannot feed them. It's going to make them lazy to where they don't want to get their own food. They're not going to want to migrate when it's time for them to migrate, because they're going to be stuck. And we don't want them to be stuck because of us, okay? So we all stuck together and we agreed. So eventually the ducks saw that we weren't going to feed them. They went off and they started eating whatever they eat out the grass. I don't know. But so I want to tell you, because this is what God put in my spirit and it's going to bless somebody. Stop being an enabler, okay? Because all you're doing is hurting them. I don't care how many times they come at you. This could be your child. This could be somebody, a grandchild. I don't know who this is to you in your life, but you're going to know, because the Lord is speaking. Are you listening? Stop being an enabler. All you're doing is hurting them. You're not teaching them to get out there and get it on their own. You have to put your foot down and you have to stick to your guns. You have to remain consistent. I don't care how many times they come at you and sweet talk you and quack and make it sound good and look pitiful. You got to put your foot down and say no is no. All of you, okay? I don't know who this is, but all of you will have to be on one accord. Okay, all of you gonna have to say no together. You can't say no and then the next person, be more lenient. No, all of y'all gonna have to stick together. If you want them to improve, if you want them to be better, Okay? Because all you doing is hurting them. You think you helping them by giving them what they want? That's not helping them. You're going to know. The Lord is saying, and the Lord spoke to me, put your foot down and stop being an enabler. Because when it's all said and done, you're going to be the one to clean up that mess, which is a funeral. Okay, I don't know if this is somebody you giving money to support a habit or drug habit, whatever you're doing. I see that it's hurting them in the long run. If you feed the ducks, when the sign tells you to stop feeding them, they're going to cause diarrhea. They're going to be sick. They're going to be used to you doing it for them. And what happens? What if something happens to where you can't help them? How are they going to learn how to do the basic stuff on their own? You're going to have to teach them. I'm not sure, what this is. This could be a child with some type of, they need assistance, but you're going to have to teach them. You're going to have to teach them. You're going to have to teach them to do it on their own. You're going to know who this is, okay? Only you will know, but all I know is what God spoke to me in the spirit. Stop being an enabler. Because if you keep doing that, it's only going to hurt them. It's going to hurt them. You're not helping. You're making the situation worse. When you enable, the Lord is telling you to stop doing that. This word gonna reach you, and this word gonna find you, and this word gonna step on your toes, and you're gonna say, ouch. But you better take heed to God's warning. Okay? Because you don't want to be the one stuck there, gotta clean up the mess. Now, you done giving this person money, when you know they have a drug problem, when you know they are an addict, when you know they need help, and you steady giving them money to shut them up. You steady giving them money because they keep showing up persistent, and you keep on giving and giving and giving when the Lord is telling you to stop. Put your foot down. Stop. Eventually, they will get the picture. If they get mad, they just got to get mad. Okay? You got to show them a different type of love. And that's by making them independent, making them get it on their own, making them work for it, go get their own job. You can no longer enable this person, but you're going to have to be responsible and take accountability for what you do. All of y'all got to stick together. This person going to come at you. This person going to ask the next person. You can't be sneaking. Here you go, baby. Don't tell no one I help you, okay? All right, this is all I got. No, you stop it. You hurting yourself in the end, and you hurting them in the end by being an enabler. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. You're going to know this for you because God is speaking. You don't want to be the one left cleaning up that mess, making funeral arrangements. Why? Because you were the one that kept enabling their bad addiction, their bad habit. This could be somebody that is like that their health is failing due to, it could be obesity. And you are enabling, giving them food, giving them unhealthy things. You're not helping them. You're doing it to shush them up. You're doing it so they won't work your nerve. But you got to be held accountable for your part. You're hurting them. It's hurting them. It's not helping them. Those ducks quack and they quack, and we shoo them off, and they came back. And I looked at the diarrhea already in place, and I looked at the mess that they already made, and I said, no, ducks. No, because your blood gonna be on my hand. The Holy Spirit was speaking through me, y'all, to me through them ducks. I'm telling you. You gotta tell them no, because your blood gonna be on my hand if I don't take heed to that sign that says don't feed you. It's gonna make you lazy, don't feed you. It's gonna make you sick, don't feed you. Because when it's time to move, you ain't gonna wanna move. No. So I pray that this word bless you. This word gonna find you, and you know who you are. Take it back to the Lord in prayer. Ask God, how are you enabling? Ask the Lord to reveal to you, what do you need to do to stop What do you need to do to take accountability? What do you need to do to help this person? How to help them? Stop enabling is what God is saying. I love you and God love you way more. Be blessed, y'all. Bye.